I'm Tracy Peters, I'm 29 years old and a psychology student at the University of the West of England.
For the next 7 days she'll be wearing glasses that will make her see the world upside down. It's going to be very distorting and debilitating.
Initially I'll be probably totally helpless. I'm not going to be able to answer the phone easily, I'm not going to be able to answer the door easily. Going to the toilet, ridiculous things like shaving your legs. I'm afraid that's not going to be possible without cutting myself unless I get somebody else to do it. You alright? Yeah. Is everything upside down? It is. I have to tilt my head to see people's faces. I tend to be looking at groins at the moment. Yeah, it's very bizarre.
Wearing upside-down glasses is a classic experiment in psychology. The aim is to try and understand whether the brain can rewire itself to see the upside-down world the right way up. In the 40s, these Austrian researchers reported that their human guinea pig eventually saw the inverted world as normal, but that's an outcome that's never been proved. Over the next week in our human zoo, Tracy will undergo a battery of tests that will study her perception of the world. They've been designed by psychologist Oliver Braddock.
Some of our tests will be very much oriented to see how she's linking vision and action, and other tests will be more purely related to visual experience.
A team of Tracy's fellow students will be watching her to see if she adapts to her upside-down world.
Well, she's certainly going to get used to it in the sense of feeling much more at home and happy moving around and picking things up. Whether she's going to get used to it in the sense of not finding the visual situation strange is the big question we're trying to answer.
On with the experiment. Day 1.
If I hold my head normally, I can see in front of me leaves and the symmetrical patterns on the floor. I can see the edge, which is good news, and I can see the bottoms of the lampposts. If I lift my head higher, that's when I then get an idea of distance, because now I can see the houses and the trees up ahead. But I have to keep checking where my feet are in relation to where that is to know what the distance is. The glasses are heavy and make my neck ache. I can take them off, but so I don't cheat, I have to wear a blindfold. Day 2. I can't get the hang of a knife and fork, but water looks fantastic. And this sounds weird, but when I go to touch it, it feels like I'm not going to meet my reflection. Day 3. I'm really, really tired. I slept loads last night. I like to think it's new connections building in my brain. For the first time ever, I momentarily looked at that cup and thought which one's a reflection and which one's the real cup. Certain things are getting easier. Oh, what a lovely It's the end of day 4. Things are going pretty well. I seem to be adapting to certain things. Like I actually wrote my name today, which doesn't sound great to anyone else, but it was a real achievement to me. Typing's getting easier. Walking around's getting easier. And the worst thing about going shopping was a down escalator. Up was fine, but going down, everything was just dropping away from me so quickly. It was quite disturbing. I managed one, but I was too scared to do anything more. Day 5. Been having weird dreams. In the dreams, people come to me that I have met during the day that I do recognise, and they're up the wrong way. I have got used to seeing faces upside down, and I don't think that they're up the right way. I know that I'm seeing them upside down and you're not. But innate objects, say the bowl of flowers that I was painting, I wasn't sure if I was seeing that differently to other people or not.
But has Tracy's world flipped over, as the Austrians reported in the 1940s?
I had no visual sensation of things flipping around. But I wonder whether what he meant was this confusion where your brain is perceiving things are normal, and it doesn't give you this cue that everything's upside down, because there are moments when I think, no, that's not upside down, is it? Is it upside down? And then I tend to ask somebody how they're seeing it, and I wonder if that's what he meant.
Over 7 days in the human zoo, the psychologists have been analysing Tracy's performance.
We've seen her moving around with a lot more confidence, but at the same time there are clearly aspects that haven't adapted or have only adapted very slightly. The skills that she's been practicing involving fine handwork in near space, moving blocks around on the tabletop, that kind of thing, and writing, she seems to have become quite adept at, whereas she was still having a lot of difficulty if there was a larger range of possible positions she was having to deal with, like picking a cube off my hand in various locations. She seems to really be hunting around quite a lot with her hands, even on the last day. If there's one conclusion, I think you've got a lot of separate adaptations going on here. With enough time and enough practice, they might cohere together to give us a sort of unified set of skills in the world. Right, Tracy, this is a big moment. We're ready to return you to the right way up world.
Hurrah!
Can we take your glasses off?
Yes. Can I open them?
You can open your eyes. How does it look?
Bright.
Okay. There's something to celebrate here. Can you open that? And we're going to go and close the
I
glasses.
feel like I've probably had a bottle of this already, actually. Got my knee. Oh, everything is not quite. It's all moving. Oh. This has been the worst bit. I feel disorientated. I'm getting the motion sickness now instead of before. And I feel drunk.
Drunk and you haven't touched a drop yet?
No, I haven't.